Gonna preach in Australia. Preach a beautiful message about kangaroos.
Really? About kangaroos?
I love kangaroos.
Hello, mate. That's Australian, right?
That's more like
Hello, mate. Crikey.
Crikey. How are you guys doing today?
Good!
I know Ben's doing good. I don't know about you guys.
You guys are very loud. Come on. Are you guys good?
No, I think Ben's doing good and you guys are home. Okay, that's pretty good.
What's called pain?
That is pretty painful. That was pretty horrible.
I'm used to it.
I can tell. Okay. Okay. So the story of my message is focus. We're going to be talking about focus and all that good stuff. So please focus for the next however long I go. I got 3 hours, right? I'm going to be here for a while.
Yes!
Hope you
I'm
guys
so
don't got school
excited.
tomorrow because you're going to be up late.
That's fine.
Story time. I love stories. Ben loves stories. We all love stories. Get this. Lawmakers in Arkansas and New York are trying to pass a law to ban pedestrians from using their phones while crossing the street. Videos showing people doing the same have gone viral on YouTube. A news chopper captured a bear wandering around California neighborhood last month. It had television viewers' attention, but not that of a man walking down the same street, focusing on his phone and texting. He looked up just in time to avoid the bear and not die. There was a lady so engrossed in texting on her cell phone in the mall that she didn't see the fountain right in front of her, and she fell right into it. And I saw that video and it was hilarious. I wish we had it, but we don't. If you're walking and texting and you happen to walk out into traffic, you're on your own and there's a good chance you could badly get hurt or otherwise die, says Dr. Joseph O'Neill with IU Health. Places like Philadelphia have even made a texting lane for people that want to text and walk because it's become such a serious issue, apparently. See, over here you walk that way, over there you walk that way. Because you don't want to run into people that are texting too, you know, that'd be pretty bad. The moral of that is that people who don't focus on what they're doing will not end up where they want to be or where they need to be. Go ahead, Ethan. This is a picture of SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob.
SpongeBob!
Who here likes SpongeBob? See, you people don't understand. Back in my day, we had the good SpongeBob, where it was actually funny. This episode, they were trying to sell chocolates, and SpongeBob was telling Patrick, look, man, you gotta focus on what you're doing. So Patrick was like, okay, I'll focus. So he went up to this guy, and Patrick was staring at him pretty weirdly. He's like, what are you doing? Patrick was like, I'm focusing. Seems legit to me. I do that to people all the time. If you have your Bibles or phones, phone cheaters, as Ben would call them. I love phone cheaters, but I love having Bibles too. I got my Bible, it's over here. Go ahead and turn to Matthew chapter 14, verses 22 through 23. Got a lot of scripture to go through, so go ahead and do that. Who's got their Bibles tonight? Go ahead and hold it up. Cheater. You got another cheater over here. Got a cheater. Oh gosh, this is horrible. Oh, gosh. My brother's the only one that's not cheating.
When I get this, I'm going to be cheating.
You little cheaters. You all failed the class. You know what Matthew chapter 14. Immediately Jesus made the disciples go out into the boat and go ahead of him to the other side where he dismissed the crowd. Because Jesus just preached a huge message and all the crowd was like, Jesus, we love you, let's get your autograph. And he was like, go away. After he dismissed them, he went up to a mountainside to be by himself and pray. Who knows that it's important to be by yourself and pray? It's definitely one of the most important things that you will ever do in your life, is spending quality time with God. Because if you're doing life, and you don't have time to refuel yourself, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And the boat was already a considerable distance away from the land, buffered by waves because the wind was against it. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. That's just normal Jesus stuff there. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. It's a ghost, they said, and they cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, take courage, it is I, don't be afraid. Lord, if it is you, Peter replied, tell me to come to you on the water. Come, he said. Then Peter got out of the boat, walked on water, and came towards Jesus. Another average day thing for Jesus. But then he saw the winds, and he was afraid and began to sink. He was beginning to sink, cried out, "Lord, save me!" Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You have little faith," he said. "Why do you doubt?" And when they climbed into the boats, the winds settled down, the winds died down, sinking. And those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly you are the Son of God." You see, I love this story because this story can relate to every single one of us. Because we've all been through storms in life. Well, what do you mean? I haven't been in a storm. Well, yes, you have. Whether it be hate, unforgiveness, bitterness, disappointments, failures, addictions, we've all faced different types of storms in our lives. But even in the midst of the storm, as this story shows us, Jesus is out there saying, "Hey, come to me, don't worry about it. Just walk on over to me. Come on." "Lord, if it is you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you." "Come," he said. So Peter went out to him. See, I believe that Jesus is calling every single one of us to come to him, even in the midst of a storm. Because I know we all face problems and life hits us and stuff happens, but even in the midst of that, Jesus is saying, "Come to me. Don't worry about it. Just come to me." It takes faith. You think that Peter was like, "Yeah, I'll just go walk on water. That's a normal thing. Everyone does that. Back in my hood, we don't walk on water." No one did that. Only Jesus did that. So it took faith. It wasn't a normal thing for anyone to do. See, if Peter knew it was safe for him, then it would not have been a leap of faith. It would require no faith at all. See, I know that in the back of Peter's mind, he was thinking, "This is crazy. I can't do this. There's no way. I'm going to kill myself. There's a storm going on around me. Jesus is saying, just come to me. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get myself killed. I can't listen to Jesus. No, that's crazy. I'm going to die." See, this is what the world will tell us. The world will say, "There's no God. There's no hope. You're a failure. Give up. Your storm is going to kill you. You're a failure. You're ugly. You're stupid. You're a waste of space." I mean, you can't tell me that we all haven't been through storms. Because I know that I have. I know that everyone has. See, another thing the world will tell us is that, hey, you gotta fix your life before you get to Jesus. You gotta fix everything that's going on. See, Peter didn't wait for the storm to die down. He didn't say, "Jesus, I'm sorry, there's a storm. I can't." And at the same time, Jesus didn't go back on the beach and go like, "Oh man, there's a storm. I'll just go get some Taco Bell and come back and hope it's done. Because I can't get to those guys in the middle of a storm." No. Peter chose to ignore those thoughts and wholeheartedly follow Jesus, even though there was a storm going on right now. And you gotta understand, these were fishermen, okay? They lived on the sea. So when they're freaking out about a storm, you can guarantee that it was a serious storm. Because these guys knew storms, so this must have been pretty bad. But even through the midst of what was going on around him, he was focused on Jesus. He chose to focus. And when you focus on Jesus, even in the midst of a storm, and you go to him, you will not sink. John 16:13, I don't have it on the screen, I'll just say it real quick. "I have told you these things, so that in me you will have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." What does that tell us? It tells us that Jesus has overcome the storm, so you don't need to be afraid of what goes on. You don't need to be afraid of the storm. Jesus is calling you even in the midst of it. You see, for Peter, it was not until he lost focus of Jesus that he began to sink. Jesus said, "Come to me." And Peter was like, "Okay, John, hold my snapback, hold my Jordans. I'm going to go walk on water." And then he got out there and he realized, there's a storm. I don't know if I can make it. The wind's really bad. I'm just going to go back to my Lamborghini and just go home. Because I don't know, Jesus. I don't know, man. Did you see that last wave? That was pretty bad. I'll see you guys around. Bye. No, he didn't do that. Well, he did in a way. He got distracted by life and the situation that he was in. This can happen to us too. We can get distracted with people, with problems, with addictions, with sin, with life. We can lose focus of God. And when we lose focus of Him, we begin to sink. I know because I've done it, everyone's done it. See, Jesus is the only one that will enable us to walk on water. If we focus on Him. Peter was focused and he did not drown, did not start to drown until he lost focus. Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You have little faith," he said. "Why do you doubt?" I believe he says that to us right now. Why do we doubt? This whole world is a storm, and He's given us the authority to walk right over it, go straight to Him, and be with Him in the middle of a storm. And we're over here sitting thinking, "Oh, this storm's too bad. I don't know. I don't know, Jesus. Can't be done." When they arrived back in the boat, the storm had settled. Okay. See, I believe that, I know that every single one of us has been through a storm. And if you haven't been through a storm, you're either going through one right now or you're going to, because this whole world is a storm. Everyone bow your head, close your eyes. Don't see anyone looking around. Anyone at all. We're gonna deal with two groups tonight. If you haven't accepted Jesus into your life, tonight you'd say, "I'd like to accept Him into my life." Nobody looking around. Nobody. I don't see any eyes. If tonight you'd like to say, "Brandon, I'm going through a storm. I need Jesus." Just go ahead and put your hand up, put it right back down. Next group I want to deal with. If you're here tonight and you're saying, "Brandon, I'm going through a storm. Stuff's going on. I'm either dealing with hate for someone." I feel like there's a lot of hate and anger and bitterness in this room tonight. If you're just dealing with unforgiveness or anger or anything else, anything that's going on, any storm, you're saying, "Brandon, I've lost my focus. I'm drowning. This world is drowning me and I feel like I can't get out." Guys, Jesus was right there when Peter started drowning. He was right there. He caught him. Jesus will do the same to every single one of us. When we start to drown, when this world gets the best of us, He is there. He has always been there. He will always be there to protect you. "I have overcome the world," says Jesus. I've overcome the storms of your life, and I've overcome the circumstances that you're in right now. If you're here tonight and you say, "I'm going through a storm, and I need Jesus to help me," just raise your hand and put it right back down. Thank you. Everybody say this after me. "Father, thank you for being with me. Thank you for guiding me through the storms. Lord, I know that whatever comes my way, you are there right next to me. Lord, I know that nothing that comes my way is too much for me. Jesus, we love you. Go ahead. Look up. Guys, everybody has storms. Everyone has storms. Just like Peter, Jesus is calling you, saying, "Come to me. Don't worry about the storm. I overcome the storm. Just come to me. Just come to me." Some of you just need to get out of the boat, go to Him, just trust Him. I know I do. All of us do. Every day we need to choose to get out of the boat, go to Him in the middle of the storm. We need to choose. We need to believe in Him because He has overcome.
your feet. We're going to sing one more song before we end tonight. I want everybody to think of Jesus and just the passion well up inside of you for your Lord and Savior, because He is so amazing. He loves you so much. We're going to sing this one more time. When we sing to God, there's something really special that we get to do. It's to sing our own song to the Lord. It's Mike. I kind of do it sometimes, but I kind of call it free praise. We get to just sing our own song, and it becomes more personal. Like when we have these words on the screen, we get to sing the words with each other. It's awesome. We love it. But another awesome thing we get to do is we get to just tell God how great He is and how much He loves us. Just be for myself and real quiet myself. You don't have to sing to anybody else to impress anyone. Sing to God, like, God, you're beautiful, you love you, Lord. Everybody sing their own song to the Lord right now. Just sing, start singing. God, we love you, Lord, we love you, Lord, we love you, Lord. We love you, you're amazing, you forgave us. We amazing you, we amazing you, God. We amazing you in your presence, Lord, in your presence. We praise you, we praise you. We love you, Lord. We love you, Lord. We love you, Lord. God, we thank you for everything you've done tonight. Everybody go enjoy some cake. Enjoy the snacks they prepared for you. You guys are awesome. We love you.